Homies, welcome on back once again to VALORANT Challengers OQ Dose. Once again, I'm Ravish, Demon's man, the internet. So here once again by my soy compadre, Mr. Marcus Wong.
Did you call me soy?
I'm not calling you. It's. Yeah. Anyways, bro, you know what? Prove me wrong.
No. We're here to talk about Valorant, Ravish. Let's bring it in and let's talk about what we had just seen up, because it is Core going up against Lucky 7, and we just finished up map number 1.
Indeed, we did. Let's take a look back as to how that map all looked out. Of course, we're looking at sprays and retakes, and so many retakes. In fact, just every time no one wanted to fight up front, it was always that, yo, what if we just left and we came back afterwards? What?
And to be fair, I mean, especially on that defensive side, once again, with just the pure statistics, we knew that Lucky 7 were going to be a little bit stronger on their attack. And so Core's big mission objective, starting things out on that defense, was to get as many rounds as possible. And a big piece of their strategy was just, hey, you want the site? You can have it. We're just going to back off, play off of our utility, and retake it to a T. We did see moments there where Lucky 7 were just immediately just running over Core, but overall, Core just kind of came out on top of that one. It was looking so good from this squad.
Yeah, because remember, it was an even half going into the second, and they even, and in fact, Lucky 7 got the pistol, but then they lost the bonus, which realistically shouldn't have happened. Unfortunately, as we look at some of the stats for the map as well too, because we're seeing, look, a lot of these, look, in the first half, so look at how many of them just came down to sheer defuses from Core as well. So just time after time, they just managed to clutch those.
And something I also want to point out as well is the fact that Lucky 7, generally speaking, were on top of that first kill. Usually when you're getting those first kills, you expect to see a little bit more dominance in the number of rounds, and yet didn't really matter for Core. Core were quite all right with that. As a matter of fact, they were able to come out on top of everything. And of course, if we needed to highlight two players from this matchup, I mean, we got to talk about that Raze head-to-head, because sure, Ferbsa looked really good on the entries there, but I think that Zeldris really was looking a bit better.
Yeah, because there is one clear indication. Zeldris' confidence to be able to walk into these sites, right, and not even just walk, at least 1 and 2 half the time as well. So just going in, pop, ooh, bang, bang, let's go. What's up? Who want it next? What? Come through. It's just, it was so easy. You're walking into a site with a man advantage and you're on the attack. Yo, this is it's as soft as a pillow, man.
I mean, okay, yes, you are correct, but I do think that does take a little bit away from the rest of Core, because I think that the rest of the squad were doing a fantastic job at making sure that Zeldris had as easy as a time as ever to be able to just enter into the sites, know exactly where some of the people were going to be. You saw the fault lines coming out at the right time. It just felt very rehearsed, which allows your Raze to show off like that. So honestly, just overall, big props to Core as a squad, because Sunset was going to be a tough one for them, and they came out on top of it looking spectacular.
They did indeed. As we want to call out some smoke timings that they also had on the side of Core as well too, where they managed to lay those down just in nick of time to be able to slow down any sort of really aggressive pushes as well. And they were also set up a decent amount of times, not necessarily on the spike more often than not, but more so on just clear openings that they could use to manipulate how they wanted to peak for further fights. So across the board, looking good. And we're looking at Icebox next. The cold, frigid heart that every single has today.
Okay, I was just about to say, you're projecting a little bit there, buddy.
I am 100%. Yeah.
It's a cold day, February 14th, but yeah, we are going to Icebox next, just like you said. And Icebox is a map that we've actually seen a lot in these Open Qualifiers. Of course, a lot in the Open Qualifier 1, and now we're seeing it just being played all the time on Open Qualifier number 2. And this is going to be really interesting, because Core, very solid onto Icebox, but Lucky 7 not as solid on Icebox. Their statistics coming into this one, it doesn't look nearly as good as Core's, and so I think that's honestly the main reason why Core probably picked this map.
Exactly. As we get into Agent Select. I feel as though both you and I know what they're gonna pick, but the comps were pretty standard, double smokes, and
hold up a minute.
Hey, what's going on in here to keep my soul with that's Arena?
Yes, that is Arena, and that is actually very interesting. Obviously, kind of coming in based on their previous setup, we expected something very similar across the board. Specifically, previously, they had been going with that double initiator, bringing in a KO, but this time around, FERPSA is going to be locking in the Reyna pick. And of course, we could talk about the Leers to provide some additional flashes, which kind of subs in for the KO a little bit, but overall, I am very interested to see how this one is going to play out, but that leans into their frag heavy style.
Yeah, because they're looking to come out, like you're saying, because it was usually FERPSA playing the Rays, but now it'll be the boy Trick to bring that out for himself, in fact. So I'm fascinated here, Marcus. I'm fascinated and I'm interested. As we'll be heading into a game with a slightly different screen, as we have a technical pausation right off rip. Wow, let's talk about all the rounds that we've seen.
So many rounds. Oh my goodness, so much to break down, and just insane gunplay across the board. That's pretty generic stuff that you can kind of say about stuff, right?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense, essentially. Because look, Icebox is fun. It's nice. And the technical pausation is now also over. It seems, let's go. Yeah. Whoa. You can't see me, but I'm really excited.
We can hear the enthusiasm in your voice. Don't worry about that, Ruby. But yeah, let's take a look at how this defensive setup is going to be working for Core. Immediately right off the bat, something that we're seeing is the Viper's Wall is going to be set up onto that A site to just kind of block off those angles. Something pretty standard you see, if not used on the B. And of course, it looks like there's going to be a little bit more aggression from Core this time, especially having that Sova on this A site with that jet means that Zeldris might be getting a little bit frisky, get a little bit more space, and they're going to run right into the middle of Lucky 7.
Frisky is a crazy word to put there, by the way. But
is it?
Yeah, well, like you
said, for some kills.
All right, bro.
What else is it supposed to be?
I'm not going to argue about this. The Snarky's still waiting on top. Let's either pop into Nest, but did anybody actually go in first? The turret is already gone, but she's looking for a fast play here. The Lear shot out quickly as well, so no one to take that. Zeldris up top, finds one, but ooh, Mr. Trick aim, finds two. But he look for the third, the grenade, he's dead. Yeah, that's a triple for Trick as it cleared out the site 1 by 1.
Yeah, and that looked really good on the attack there from Lucky 7. I mean, you know, you pick the Reyna hoping to get a little bit more kills, and you can see that as soon as they're like, all right, let's just move into it, they ran in and kind of just fragged out. So excellent stuff going in there. Trick on this raise as well, absolutely turning it up. Finding 3 kills that last round is going to buy a Vandal into this next one. It looked like it was going to be good from Core at first. A lot of stall utility kind of coming through. I was going to compliment the Paranoia that completely just kind of halted them in their tracks, making FERPSA's Lear get no value whatsoever. But it didn't matter. Lucky 7, they were just primed and ready to go, and they're primed and ready to go yet again.
Yes, look at that. Trip
no way.
Yeah, why he doesn't notice the person below him. That's unfortunate, but it's fine. It's an entry. It's more than enough. As person looks to walk in, just gun in hand. The dismissal. And class is in session. Nerve. Hey, sorry, bro. You got no textbook. You ain't got no job. You can't learn from this right now. 2 in the...
Wow. Yeah, that is good stuff coming in from FERPSA on this Reyna. I mean, biggest thing that you would kind of want from your duelist is, hey, be a distraction, so then that way we can take a lot of space, and then our back squad can kill the people who have killed you. We got that information, it's great. And the fact that the Reyna can dismiss immediately, you could tell there was like a moment there where Core were like, oh, shooting at this Reyna, uh-oh, disappeared. But then at that point, the rest of Lucky 7 were moving in onto the site and clearing things out. This is going to be the rifle round coming in from Core. Obviously, Lucky 7 going for that bonus this time, but we're seeing a lot slower play.
Marcus, look at Trick. Trick is a judge again.
Yeah, I know. Trick had a judge last time.
But he has it again on the gun round. He's just looking to walk in and create chaos at this point. Oh, good timing from Zeldris. Nerve also managed to get one, but I don't trade off on more of those. The dismiss
jeez.
is nice, but it's a distraction. He is leading them to his teammates. Why? He's pinging them all there. And Kanpeki's the last one left alive. Okay, he has a Guardian. I like Guardians, but it's 1v3.
If Kanpeki is able to at least find one kill, then this round kind of ends up being worth it because it's going to set back the core economy just a little bit more. And on top of that, too, gets closer to that Hunter's Fury. Now only 3 ultimate orbs away, and looks like that first kill is going to be underway. And so Kanpeki is now probably going to go for that opportunity. Only has 2 shock bolts left, but that recon dart is going to be online very quickly.
Yo, what if he does it all? I mean, it's a possibility because they're not necessarily looking at him either, but the issue is a spike. Still has 35 seconds in that window that's up there by Tube. He will need to drop down very carefully to look through mid. And they are just playing by spike as well, so that would be an immediate pinch for him. He's not looking their way. And that's it.
Sometimes you look the right way, sometimes you're just showing your back to your enemies, and that's not where you want to be in Valorant. But just an excellent play from Core. But like I said, the fact that Kanpeki is able to drop yet another rifle means that the economy, all things considered, is going to be okay coming into this next round. Core, it's not going to look as tight. We do see not a full buy up across the board. Nerve actually going for a Guardian this time around, but couple of ultimates online for Lucky 7. The Empress ready to go, and with how Ferbs has been playing, I imagine they're probably going to get maximum value from that Empress.
I see Pop and Ace have no shot, right? They'll probably look to walk in just deep enough into B where they realize they're going to commit here. And so with that, they'll clear out yellow with the nade, the Viper smoke. There it is. And yep, off the entrance, they want the walls to fall, which should be quite soon here. So now through that, no one's able to see it. All the util popped by both yellow and on by neutral. So they can't plan just yet. They're being stalled. They want this Empress to go away.
It's smart. It's all the utility possible in the world, but it gets the job done. Okay, here we go. More ultimates online.
Oh! Trick almost had the aim on his other wall, but they stop it. T-Dog comes in. Big pick for him. And the second swing down once again. That's the boy Tyler, doing it for the homies at home and at school. Just one left to go. 4v2. No leaders, double shock dart, spike. Ticking away. He goes up top. It's a distraction. He's still up there, but he's gonna die. All right.
You know, sometimes I was going to say, like, it was an excellent play. You kind of highlighted it in the middle of the round there. Core just using all of their utility to stall out Lucky 7, which was the perfect play. Make sure that Empress gets no value whatsoever. And you can tell Ferbsa was like, all right, come on, I'm ready to go. Oh, a smoke. Okay, I'll just wait another second. Okay. All right, ready to go. Oh, no, a molly. Okay, well, I guess that, and there we go. There goes the Empress. So excellent utility coming out from Core to just stall this one down. And Lucky 7, they kind of got stuck because at that point, Core knew exactly where they were playing, and it was so much easier to get themselves set up defensively. This time around, also, Lucky 7 on a bit of a big buy up.
Yeah, I called T-Dog Tyler. It's Travis. My bad.
So close yet so far.
Look, man, names are hard. I'm just a guy. I'm an immigrant. All right, look, names are hard. English is my third language. Let me be.
Yeah, tree.
You started that.
Okay,
I trusted you. Anyways, that's a little bro play. But, Will walk past the one way, just giving away his position. Ooh, but Snarly gets caught real quick. The first is so nice in the shot. But if he sees the others up top, nope. He takes his, drops down, but Ferbs are doing work on his own. Now he has a gun, doesn't check the corner. And Zip with a big pick to shut him down, push through, but Trick again. Just clean right now in the playoff. The trade, it's 1v1 on their save, but Nerve will save the team.
Yeah, Nerve able to come in there, just find the right timing, and I think that the little bit of noise that was given away by picking up the rifle was more than enough information for Nerve to understand exactly where that killjoy was going to be played. But all things considered, not a terrible round coming in from Lucky 7, given the fact that it was that save. And so they will be able to completely buy up into this one, but Ravish, I'm a little bit nervous. Core, they have so many ultimates ready to go. The lockdown and Hunter's Fury specifically are very high impact, especially too with the fact that Lucky 7 have more or less completely grouped up every single round. And especially with some of these narrow lanes, the Hunter's Fury could get more value than you would expect.
Look at the push that as well coming over by A, right? Like Chloric's got to watch him for this. He's a smoke pass by and sees the indication as well. Oh, this is going to be a big catch. Yeah, just takes it immediately. Was not expecting anybody to be there lurking. And now, he'll take it. He'll get out. But Kampeki has him corner, watching by mid. If he leaves here, he's dead. If he stays there, he's dead.
What a gambit.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we get to see Lucky 7 actually take a lot more space up onto B. One thing I will note is that every single time they've used that Viper's Wall, generally speaking, they play around it. And I think that kind of was the reason why Chloric was able to get that pick, because Core immediately saw the Viper's Wall, assumed that it was going to be more B-side pressure. So they figured they could be a little bit more comfortable moving up and taking that space onto A, which ended up being one of the bigger mistakes of this round.
It's just staying. Because with this Chloric, like he's... Oh, that was clean from Ferbs. Chloric has stayed here the entire time. We see no other push. I played flank watch, but Snarly's been patient, but that patience sometimes does not pay off. You gotta hit those. And he's now gone. There's a lockdown to gain control of the entire site if they can. Try to rescue back in. Zeldris takes it. I mean, the lockdown hasn't even ticked down just yet. He could have waited a couple seconds. It would have been theirs.
Yeah, it's so difficult too, because on top of that, like, you're looking at that pressure that Lucky 7 are putting onto that A site. Meanwhile, Ferbsa just running in from B side, completely catching Core off guard while they were still getting themselves set up. And it's that level of, like, that single flank caused so many issues for them. The lockdown gets invested, gets no value. T-Dog gets caught with the Hunter's Fury out, losing it. Getting one ping, I'm pretty sure. And on top of that too, Zeldris does pop the Blade Storm to try and rescue it, but loses the op at the end of the round. So overall, just a net loss for Core, while Lucky 7 gotta be feeling pretty good about themselves on that last one.
Yeah, I know. Lucky 7 doing their thing. They all did comeback. It's a possibility that we're looking at a possible map 3 on the breeze, but they have to continue to perform. One by one on this site. Only just a sheriff for T-Dog. The rest of them, you know, pretty much full buys across the board. They got their Vandals and no other ultimates to be had, though. But Big Ferb, he has the Empress. Doesn't seem to want to use his Zeldris on the first contact through mid. There's so many coming through. And it's just not happening.
Sometimes you can't stop the floodgates. And it's just too many people going on. A little bit of option paralysis just in front of you. And Zeldris being down is huge. High impact player for Core, able to find a lot of kills. And now Lucky 7, they're free to just kind of take over as much space as they want. Trick is going to get one step closer to also having that showstopper online.
By one, but there's still one at the back of Yellow. That's Nerve. Witness need to do push in, but it'll just be a push. But left. It's just them immediately running over to A. It was a fake. He TP's back, but he's pinged. And he's still pinged. He's caught. We're able to catch him, stuck at the back. T-Dog looks to come around, and T-Dog is Snarly. Playing off of one another. Stop the push. It's 14 seconds. They have to plant. They got to do it now. They're waiting for it. Oh, but Chloric makes the gamble, pops up top, and now he has a chance. Him and Trick.
No way.
Almost made it back in with just Nerve. And then he's planting 2 Nerve again in the 1v1. Oh, but it's fire in the hole. And he gets stopped. It was a scare tactic, but boom, you dead.
That one, okay, yeah, I'm all for scare tactics here, right? Ooh, cosmetic ult, so yeah, you get space with that type of thing. But in that 1v1 situation, like, I'm sorry, I feel like Trick probably should have tried to use the showstopper. And Nerve, once again, able to clutch it up for the squad. I will mention, Nerve started that flank so early on, and it was almost inevitable that Lucky 7 were going to get caught by surprise because they were still having so many difficulties dealing with the defenders actually on the site that Nerve had plenty of time to get set up on that backstab, and it was so effective coming in there. So an excellent final clutch up for Core, but at the same time, the money is starting to fall apart a little bit. They're only able to bring Guardians into this next one with light shields. They do have a couple of ultimates. They might try to rely on the Viper's Pit a little bit, especially given the fact that there are a lot of people coming up from Lucky 7 onto B.
And it's Nerve once again who's holding it down. The jump peak spots one, and he does it was so brilliant. He does it again. No. He's dead though. Yeah, that was confident out of Nerve, but unfortunately give those up. All that cover now taken away. 4 up 1, but L7 wants to keep it close. Zeldris takes one back, but look at this lockdown here, Marcus. They have so much.
Yeah, and all the utility right now coming out. Zeldris continuing to play forwards, but T-Dog actually able to get 1 kill. Zeldris actually destroys lockdown, which is huge.
Oh, but one more. Look at that. But defusing though. They want to find where's the back, and Becky can actually stop them. But Will might be able to. No, he's way too late. My brother in Christ, why are you taking baby steps when the ground is stomping? You gotta walk a little bit faster.
I mean, at the same time, this is something, once again, very characteristic of Core. They get themselves set up so that they can just kind of stick the defuse or stick the plant, and then expect that Lucky 7 trying to push into them. They can catch them in the crossfires and stuff like that. Zeldris, though, playing with absolute heroics on that last round. I mean, obviously, Trick opens that up, but Zeldris continues to push through and is able to shut down the lockdown, which was the win condition for Lucky 7 there. If that lockdown was activated, they would have detained so many of their players. It would have been easy for Lucky 7 to sweep them up.
No, yeah. Free even. F-R-E-E. What does that spell? Free. Thank you.
Not tree.
Not tree. Hard experience to get 1 tag. Oh, that was gonna be a cheeky Bucky kill, but it's all for now. They're on a bit of a broken buy, if anything. Charlie, she's one up top. The positioning. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Some name right here. I've seen all red when it should be blue. Now, Zeldris, what are you to do? It's Will and you.
Also, too, Will. Sorry, I wasn't expecting the howl. Will does have the Viper's Pit available as well.
Does he use it?
There is a real chance here, but a little bit of timing might actually work out well for Zeldris. The wall smartly put up, as Will actually is going to try and disengage. This is going to be interesting, though. There is a possibility that Zeldris might find a timing.
There's still 35 seconds now left. He has so much time to be able to do this as he's coming around towards the back of
30
it.
seconds left.
And Will can just easily leave right now. This is the best bet for Zeldris as he's just maintaining composure on a site. If it's B, it's B. But I think he's realizing this now too. He's running over to B. He's gonna go through mid and might be able to catch it with the smoke being put down. Should not be possible. Yeah, now he knows.
10 seconds left. Spike
Still though,
planted.
great position here. Only 1 updraft available. Will though does have a snake bite.
But Will, he's facing the other way. Let's turn around the shots. And can Will do it? Yes, Will can.
Sorry, Thomas, someone else is taking that moniker from you, but great stuff coming in there. It was a little bit of a gamble. I thought for sure Zeldris was going to be able to pick up on that timing, but Will excellently using the wall to be able to just shut down the information, keep his opponent guessing. Meanwhile, on the backside, we have to talk about why that was lighting up with red, and that was all just about the positioning of Kanpeki coming in through mid, able to find 2 kills while Core were looking the wrong way. They should have been able to stop it, but just Kanpeki being in the right place at the right time shut them down completely, and now we do see Core being the ones who are on a save.
Core with unfortunate timing. Their Chloric, though, has been able to get one before here on this angle. And Zeldris, he's just walking away. He doesn't have the foggiest as to what they are or where they are even. Oh no! Unfortunate. Chlorix has done it again. He's held that spot up by Rep, and it's a free pick, and he's staying there this entire time. And he's telling his team, "Yo, bend him. The site is open. Come true. It's for everybody around here. It's a free game." As I hit my mic.
Just that passionate about it, but it's okay because at the same time, Core reading this a little bit better. They get themselves set up, ready to go, but still the weaponry very much favoring Lucky 7.
I mean, right now, let's clear out one. Okay, the 8 actually doesn't find the rest, but the shock dart, if anything, will do some damage.
30 seconds left.
Round Miner once more, they're on the save here. So any picks are good as they look to make their run back first.
No way.
Oh! Yo, Starling, that was dirty. And that's a gun in his hands. Now they have to use the Viper's Pit out of will, but the things are good and Konpeki falls 6 feet below. But then now they know where Will is. If he dies, this round is possible. They have to delay. It's 3 seconds. The Will at the backside. A pit of their own. The Jello expands. But Nerve shoots him even before they can get the full snack.
Oh, and that's so unfortunate too, because that means that the pit gets deployed, doesn't find too much value, unfortunately, and that defuse is going to go to Core, who were on a save round. Sure, we did get to see, once again, Cloric being able to find that first pick. I do think Core need to be a little bit more careful about that thing, but at the same time, the adaptation that Core are kind of keeping a chokehold on this map. They're being a little bit more understanding of how Lucky 7 were going to play. They read the play so well that they were able to swing back around, and that sets Snarly up for success, catching Furbs off guard, which is the huge instrumental first pick. And man, this utility from Core, it's looking phenomenal, Ravish.
Dude, I know. Look at the setup there too, where they had both the pit alongside the nade, alongside the molly, I should say, as well. So, and even though they got naded out of the corner, they stopped one of the chokes from being flooded against, and they didn't want to actually go all the way around. And L7 decided, yo, let's just run back immediately. But like you're mentioning, read as though it was a manga, like the One Piece chapter. As he reading this right now too, Ziff was waiting and waiting. Nothing found.
Oh man, you would use manga as a reference, and not just a book, but Snarly taking a lot of damage right off the bat. How is Trick able to find that? That is unbelievable. But a very good first pick to make sure that this is a little bit easier for Lucky 7 as they get set up. All 5 members outside of A.
Surely we don't just toss saves on between both rounds, right? Surely we don't, guys. I mean, we'll see. They're up 5 strong. They managed to spot 1, but remember, Zelda's has the and now they know all that pressure will force them to put up the knives as well. It clears them off from the top. T-Dog needs to win this one. But he's faced the wrong way, could be caught up. Then actually check him. Trick didn't actually go against him. He's still just hold strong. And Zelda's comes back, just gets his one though.
Down A.
2v1. First to left, 5 health. If he gets a pick, he goes back to full. But they're up by 2. They're playing that high-low. They're on the ground, on the cloud.
30 seconds left.
Take the health. Waiting for the second, but T-Dog faster on it. That's the boy, Travis.
Last round before the switch.
Yeah, that wasn't Tyler there. That was Travis all day, all night. But honestly, like, this is one of the issues that they're kind of going into it. They try to make this one work, but Lucky 7 just not able to really stick things through. It's a little bit too chaotic, and I think that comes down to Core being a little bit more stable in how they want to play that defense. And Zeldris with that operator is tough. Also, too, the Blade Storms have been phenomenal. Consistently, at least getting a couple of kills round after round. Those blades are active is something good. And now Zeldris has this operator outside of the B site, which Lucky 7 are gambling on.
They've pretty much just gone back to just stacking for most of the attacks, right? Usually we saw, Cloric was there, still there, holding for the lurk, if anything, but they spot the op. They know that's not a site they want to go on. Rotate back to, but this time there's been no pick, right? So it'll be a 5. Well, it'll be 3 on site. KJ is moving in, and they see him all.
Good info there. Excellent Lear as well. Starly looking for it, able to find
Nice. Yeah, with the dart as well too. He'll TP away to get the second, but look at T-Dog and Ziff. They're all playing off of one another. Pinkies in hand, 1 across 1. Instead of Red Rover, you're not getting over. Stopped at the entrance, finding the second, and Ziff ready to continue fragging. Trick just left alive. And as if to do it, another trip to add to the score.
And that was a fantastic ultimate coming out from Core on that last one. T-Dog with perfect timing, notices exactly where they're all coming from, immediately launches a Hunter's Fury, makes it so much more difficult to kind of tell what's going on. Starly gets away undetected in that little corner and is able to spray down yet another one. You could tell it was just pure chaos from Lucky 7. They wanted to go in, immediately got stalled out, then had to use the rest of their utility to try and back out of that one despite the hard commit. And there was also a flank getting set up. It was just a perfect play for Core. Now, we find ourselves at 8-4 moving into this next half. Core on the attack. Lucky 7 not able to get as many rounds as they would like on this attack. But now that they're on the defense, let's see what they've got cooked up. Otherwise, you know, this is the series on the line.
Pistol's first head would be clutch, like you're saying. But on Sunset, though, they got the pistol. Unfortunately, the bonus did not go their way. And right now, Lucky 7 need this, like you're saying. Going into upper finals, one more BO3 and being just so close into making it to Challengers. A dream and goal for many to make it back to the VCT. The first step is here, as is the first pick. First are not cleared, and the overheal does so much for him to manage to get 2 by the end. But it's a 2-2.
T-Dog should be able to... Yeah, okay. The spike is going to be able to go down here. Angels get tossed out. Nerve going to get caught. Ooh, not.
Ooh. Just barely staying alive with just 1 health.
Not the lineups.
They're staying up back there.
1 enemy remaining.
Looking for the ones up top. It's Trick to clear them both. Just the classic, if anything, the second nade will manage to get hit. And that's about it. That's tragic, bro. The first one didn't get you. Don't worry, fam. I got another one.
Yeah.
Hold this.
That felt a little bit preemptive, if you will. Targeted. Trick just like, missed you on the first one. I'm going to get 2 kills so I can hit you with the second. But fantastic stuff coming out from Lucky 7 on that defense. I will say I did like the entry coming in from Core, but the fact that Ferbs is able to get 2 right off the bat makes it a little bit easier. And you could tell Core were trying to get themselves set up for those lineups, you know, play it very far back. And Lucky 7 were having none of that. They were just ready to push into them and use their utility to force them away from those lineup angles and lineup positions. So honestly, that's a pretty good way to make sure that they can't just kind of toss those snake bites onto the spike when they're all the way into the back of the site.
Yeah. Easy ping first hand, though. Will. A confident peek. But fortunately, that doesn't pay off. But leaving again. One Core on the bonus. And thinking, yo, this ain't too bad. Remember, they lost the bonus last time too on L7, sorry, I should say.
Yeah, but look at that. Just 1 kill from Zeldris and the entirety of Lucky 7 back off of A site. So the spike goes down very easy. And now the lineups can be played.
Core managed to get the run back here previously as well too. Now Lucky 7 need this bonus to follow through. And 8-6 is very doable, but from here it starts to become tougher. Trick was watching through mid, but shock start to force them off. And it's just complete shots galore as they push against them because they know they have the gun advantage. They can fight with bulldogs, with phantoms, and it's easy from here. So 2v3. Spike out in the open, no smoke. Zeldris needed one to stop them. Not gonna happen. They can just defuse as Nerf fights his fight. Stops it. It's at half.
Wait a second.
It's 1 more. Does he have it in him? But he's on the outside.
Oh, so close. The perfect angle. Nerve almost able to find it, but just a couple of pixels misses it. And Ferbs is smartly able to back off of that one, but that was such an expensive round for Lucky 7. They invested into this buy up here, and they only kept 1 rifle alive. Thankfully, it was a Phantom, so that is still in play for this next round. But now this is where Core have a very strong advantage. Sorry, never mind. Core invested on that last round as well, so they're forced onto a save, while Lucky 7 will be the ones who have that gun advantage and were able to win that last one. Also important, Ferbsa will have the Empress, but wow, those paint shells, they just did a ton of damage.
Yeah, it's so much, and maybe damage not needed too much. Ooh, Trick!
1 enemy remaining.
I see where the aim comes from. Let's go. We knocking back 3, 1 by 1 by 1. albeit they had light shows, but still impressive nonetheless. Okay, he got punished. Ziff gets his. He's coming to his team. Boys, where was yours?
At this point, too, just trying to play for a couple more picks as well, but only a sheriff in hand. Given the positioning of Ferbsa and Cloric, it's not looking like they will be able to get this one. Maybe drop one more, but all things considered, this round was going to be a wash anyways, and just the aggression that Trick was playing with sealed the deal on that one. And yeah, Ferbsa gets the spray down, so it will be Lucky 7. Almost tying up our scoreline. They're still very much in this, and they're looking to win it.
We said it. Those first 2 pistols were essential, and Core with the force lands them now having to buy about 3 rounds later. And take note of this too as well, right, Marcus? You do Ultimates online for both these sides. You look back on Trick, pop, boom, bada bing. But although he gets punished for it, which is fine. But again, crucially, Empress, Showstopper online, we're looking at easy, fast entries.
Well, easy, fast entries, except the fact that they are on the defense there. So maybe easy, fast retakes or pushing out aggression. And that actually kind of looks like that's the name of the game. As Ferbsa gets ready to go, but tosses out the leader, doesn't spot anybody. This is a dangerous cross if you're Snarly.
That's the Empress gone, so no retake from that side. Oh, but no, Trick is still there. He was just firing away, partially giving away his position. So leaves them now 2 up. A good round from Core, and albeit, Lucky 7, they have their Bulldogs, right? And the Spectres, but they also have more than a Vico to buy back into this. So they're more than fine just playing hyper-aggressive, hoping to just take some guns out of their hands. Seems like it won't be the case.
Yeah, and at this point, hey, let's just go away. Sure, there might be someone there, but we can just win that one out. A nice little plink as Cloric is able to actually catch Snarly off guard here. But now they're actually just going to play to get the lockdown online for Ziff. So pick up that ultimate orb, get the spike down, and Cloric is the only person left standing.
Spike planted.
Cloric got his one, right? Still has Spectre in hand. Should be able to at least look to find one more because we know he wants the loss bonus, right? Yeah, but they're all kind of moving over towards the backside, all around cover. Let's see if he manages to get another.
With some of these angles being set up, though, I don't think that's going to be the case. Look at this.
No.
You're about to walk into not only Ziff, but also... Oh, never mind. Zeldris actually goes the other way. So it is looking a little bit more possible, but I think this one is just going to be over as Core are able to come back into this one, getting closer and closer, actually, to that double digit.
Yeah. 9-7, 2 rounds, but the next one is a gun round, right? For Lucky 7, which we haven't seen the full of just yet. And now on their defense too, those 2 big ultimates still online that I was talking about, but the one that should make the most difference is lockdown right now. For Core, is a crucial ability for them to hold on sites, and we'll see if they do manage to invest it. I imagine, looking at their setup, right, they're looking at A, so to get close enough, it should be a post-plant lockdown.
I would think so too, but given the fact that there is that showstopper online, it does make the lockdown a little bit less viable. So I'm wondering if that is going to be one of those things that they're going to try and force the showstopper out first and then use the lockdown, because it'll be a lot more secure if that giant explosive isn't ready to go. But as soon as I say that, Ziff actually going to be ready to use that one right off the bat and has that alarm bot just in case they get pushed.
Yeah, using it early, in fact, to clear out sites makes sense, right? Now with this, they're still waiting for them to look to push in, and they're all up top by a belt. They put out the snake bite early.
In and out.
And the plant will be in nest. All right.
Yeah, and that's just gonna, hey, we got down. Let's back up and just play these long sight lines. So retake coming in.
Except Zeldris, right? The wall does unfortunately block him off. He has a couple of seconds before he can look to fight here again. Though, wait. Yeah, the Owl Drone doesn't catch him. They have no idea. And there's a showstopper that we're talking about, right? It just shoots him. What do you mean he's alive? But Clark, and luckily still there to get the retribution from there. Shots and wall bangs continue to reign supreme. Snarly taking 2 as he has Pika's advantage, and he continues to fight against one by one. In the meantime, a good time swing, and we're just Will left against Nerve. There is no time. Core on double digits.
I haven't seen one of those in a long time, and I am happy that it still works out there, because you can tell, Corey, it's such a cheeky strategy, right? You use the lockdown. Okay, we got all of our smokes ready to go. Set it up, and then hold these cross angles, because you know that the defenders have to come back and push into you. But very importantly, T-Dog finds that kill, stops the defuse, makes sure that there isn't enough time left, and lucky 7, they weren't expecting that level of speed to just go in. They zoomed onto site, put that spike down, and then time was against them. So Core now on double digits, have this weapon advantage yet again. Lucky 7 utilized a couple of ultimates on that last one and found nothing. So an excellent just overall ult advantage for Core.
Ult advantage, eco advantage, and round advantage all rest within them. Ferbsa? Looking for one. Unfortunate. Yeah, with him punished though, now it's on the next contact of Trick. But he's seen early, and as the paranoid comes in, Zaldris gets him. It's nailing him back, but at least one taken away, so not everything taken for free, but knives though. Put us some chip damage, if anything. Champeki's still doing okay. Spike planted.
One enemy.
Hunter's Fury online as well, but it might not matter. Core have just found everything that they needed. You can tell T-Dog was backing up for a second, but as soon as they realize, hey, we can just win this gunfight, let's just do it. And they do just that. Now Core looking extremely comfortable. Sure, we do have a lockdown coming in from Lucky 7, but a Hunter's Fury available to counter that one immediately. Lucky 7 got to start picking up these rounds, otherwise this is going to slip away from them very quick.
Yeah. And I think one way to do so will be the lockdown, conversely on their end, right? Where Cloric has his, but a Hunter's Fury can also easily counter that, which is something that we'll probably be looking forward to. A Nerve with the pits, so a decent amount able to be invested. Look with the dash up mid, Zeldris. That was nice, but Cloric gets one back.
Yeah, shuts down that one. Ferbsa also able to get the trade. This round is looking a lot more alive. But once again, if we do see this lockdown come, okay, it gets flushed out here.
Committed.
Expect to see the... No, okay, not going to be the case. Clark pushes through, and it's just going to gun him down.
They thought they could have planted it before they came back, but remember, it's in their lockdown, not yours. They got all the room to play with, so they were confident enough to push it again and catch them with their backs turned. Number one rule of fighting, can't be doing that. Leaves them in the dust and spray through. Caloric with the 4K to keep them close.
Wow, I am genuinely surprised. You know, if Core won that round, it was very likely they were able to just take the series away from Lucky 7 right there, but they decide to, you know, be a little bit too rash, one might argue, and as a result of it, they get punished, and, well, now Lucky 7 are right back into things. They're able to fully buy up all of their armor, all their utility, all their weapons needed. Sure, they don't have any ultimates this time around, but all things considered, this is a much better round than the last for Lucky 7.
Wall up to slow push. A gamble stack put up by A as well. The first tag given is good. Can Pecky forced off to push all the way into spawn, but one up top too. Ferbsa caught a Snarly just winning aim was cleanly. Sure, they're all paying, but you have two down. And the third also take it. Snarly. Damn.
Such a cheeky little position there, but I'm a little bit surprised that Lucky 7 just weren't checking that anymore. Finally, they are doing their due diligence, but it's a little bit too late. It's a 4v2 right now, and Core, they completely pump the brakes here, just in case there is a flanker going around. And this might actually give an opportunity for Lucky 7 if Core decide to make that move, but Will moving up, this is not going to be good.
30 seconds left.
Now we see Snarly constantly win out on these angles before. And it forces Will back. Spade doesn't connect, but Cloric is quicker on it. Force him away, but he just killed so much time because look at the rotate, right? They've already managed to make it in. That should be an easy plan with 13 seconds left to go. And Zeldris moving up into 2. This could be good. Nice.
1v2 here, but also 2. Yeah, I was just about to say, Viper's Pit ready. You might want to just make sure that you secure this round. This just got so much more difficult for Cloric. Zeldris with the first spot, but able to walk out importantly.
But the bits! Sorry, the snake bite as well on top of that too. Lands at the perfect moment. He was just slow enough to fall. And it is QOR. want it all here, Marcus. They want to move over to winners finals. They want to be one BOT away from qualifying the challengers.
And they are so close to it right now. Things are not looking good for Lucky 7. They can't afford a full buy into this one. We are seeing Kenpeki have to go onto that Bulldog and only a half shield here. A Hunter's Fury is online though. If they're able to find some lucky timing here, find that first pick. They're not out of this one yet, but Core, they're looking so darn good. And they're ready to go yet again, as it looks like a little bit more pressure onto this B side, but the defense is setting themselves up more focused on the mid. They've let Zeldris get away with too much, but this time Zeldris is not there.
No, he's not. Hunter's Fury also available as a potential option. With this heavy mid stack here, they're all ready to play floaters for every second. Looks a hit on him. Oh, unlucky timing. As soon as Will peeks out, the wall's not dropped just yet, but Hunter's Fury, Zip's got to commit. He gives up his life for it too. I respect it. And a 1-for-1.
It is worth it though. You force out that ultimate, so they can't carry that one forwards, but this has to be a win. The Lear goes out first.
Yeah, counter with a smoke immediately. Not seeing one by Snowman. Nervous waiting. He's got to recover quite some time before the smoke does come back. He'll put out the bite. Yellow cleared out. Zeldris catching one of his own, but now he's popping back and forth in between, double dutching between both these angles. The rest of his team is clearing out the rest, and it's Core moving forward into winners finals.
Amazing stuff coming out from Core. Just taking a look at that defensive setup as well. As soon as that spike goes down, it's just so darn good. You see Zeldris taking so much space, so it's so careful from Lucky 7, and yet the rest of the squad having Zeldris' back, backing up, using that utility just to really slow down the play to allow Zeldris to continue to pop off and then come out at the right moments. It looked so darn good. And Core, they find themselves now, like you said, one best of 3 away from qualifying from challengers. They are so close, Ravish.
Right there indeed, and it's all starts here. Bear in mind, we have one more BO3 as well today, where we've got Thinking Men versus Blinn. And Thinking Men were the team to stop Core last time and get them in losers. And the possibilities still remain. But here, Marcus, is where their journey and the story starts potentially. The squad that's remained together past OQ1 has been playing together for a hot minute. And they look good while doing it. The Core Nation also there, I know everybody got their back. Watching, waiting, hoping, and drinking Dr. Pepper in solitude.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But I mean, when we're watching some of these replays here, right? Like, there were so many just opportunities where it was so close and Core were able to win out just a couple of those very pivotal rounds. And Lucky 7 just a little bit unlucky on some of their timings. But generally speaking, the overall gameplay from Core was just on another level on this map. Lucky 7, they did clean up their act quite a bit from what we had previously seen with them on Icebox, but it just wasn't enough. Core were pretty confident coming into this map, and I think that there's a reason for it. Yeah, we got to shout out Zeldris right off the bat. Sure, Starly was really turning it up on those last couple of rounds, but Zeldris was so consistent with finding those first picks on the attacking side. It was unbelievable.
And if you just look across the board, this scoreboard in general, like from both these teams, is really impressive, right? If we're looking at just kills across, like heavy trades on both these sides, as I hit my mic again. But in general, as it remains, it was just about what it came down to in terms of the last final picks and who was able to get first. Because usually, if you saw Lucky 7, you'll probably get 1 to 2 at the beginning, then your round went their way. But on the other end, though, Core maintain steadfast and with a bright heart, they move forward here, Marcus, hoping for victory.
Yeah, I mean, once again, they it's so close. They just need that one more win, and then they find themselves there. Lucky 7, unfortunately, are going down to the losers bracket, but of course, one team from the losers bracket will be able to qualify still, so they're not out of this one just quite yet, but they will have quite a bit of tough competition because all the teams that are being sent down there, they've only lost one match, and as they continue to advance, I mean, the level of play that we're going to be seeing in that lower bracket is only going to increase the further we get in the tournament.
Indeed, Core continues their streak of not dropping a single map. Their dominance reigns wins. And we'll see what Lucky 7 has to hold for us. Remember, this is not all the Valorant for today. We have 2 more BO3s coming up. Next up being specifically Thinking Men versus Blinn. You're not going to want to miss that and the finals afterwards for who or which of the teams will face QOR. But that'll be it for us for now. We'll be back later in the evening. So y'all stick around. I've been Ravish. That's Mark Swang. We'll see you back in a bit.